You ever have that game that you're just so excited for but you're not sure why? Well, that was many people's reaction at E3 2014 when Nintendo revealed the next game in their lineup, Splatoon, for the Nintendo Wii U. As someone who was personally looking forward to this game, can I say it meets all my expectations? Well, let's find out. Splatoon was released in May of this year and also came with a weird squirt gun if you bought it the first day at Target. I don't know why they made something like this, but I gotta say it is pretty cool to use. Anyway, onto the game itself, so let's start with the plot. In this world of weird-looking squid people exists a city known as Inkopolis. Haha, I see what they did there. When a group of terrorists steal the city's power supply, the Zapfish, as the player you are tasked with trying to get back all the Zapfish and return the power to the city. Honestly, as someone who was really looking forward to this game, I found the story kind of underwhelming. In essence, the plot is exactly the same as Super Mario Sunshine, where you have to get back all the city's power supply and stop the people terrorizing the town. I know Nintendo hasn't held themselves high in storytelling, but after something like Kid Icarus Uprising, and especially for a new IP, we get a story that's just as interesting as Mario. I'm not asking for something in-depth and complicated, but I do expect something entertaining. While the plot may be lacking, the game more than makes up for it. Splatoon is a third-person shooter. You aim with the right analog stick and shoot with the right trigger. Unlike most shooter games, the focus isn't about killing enemies, it's about navigating your way through stages by covering areas with paint and going inside said paint by using the left trigger. This allows you to move faster, scale walls, and hide from enemies. Your main weapon is the scatter shot, a pretty useful weapon, but not really anything too special. You have other weapons in the form of bombs, but these are really the only tools you can use in single player. This one was a bit of a disappointment at first, but with the kind of levels you go through, they don't really ask you to do much with the current weapons. Stages come in multiple forms. You have your basic levels where you just try to get to the end of the stage, but there are also stages where you have to dodge giant attacks that can instantly kill you, ending with a mini-boss, and stages where you go up against other shooters that try to gun you down as you try to get to the Zapfish. I will say my favorite part of single player has to be the boss fights. While the first two are pretty easy to deal with, the rest of them are awesome, making you fight them in ways that are fast-paced and force you to shoot down a weak spot, similar to a Zelda game. Overall, single player is a fun time, and I am glad to see that it wasn't a complete afterthought like most shooter games. I do have 3 problems with it though. I feel the hub area is a bit too big for its own good, and because the stages are hidden, you don't be surprised if it takes you a very long time to find them. Also, there's no way to warp between areas on the map, causing you to backtrack if you want to get back to Inkopolis. Lastly, who the hell designed the final boss fights? Okay, the game up to this point was medium in difficulty. Nothing too easy, but nothing too hard. But this boss is the biggest difficulty spike I've ever seen in a goddamn Nintendo game. There is so much crap flying at you. In conjunction with that, there are so many phases to this boss fight. And if you lose all your health at the very end of the battle, you have to go through all that tedium all over again. Holy crap! This game really makes you work to beat that boss, but the way it's handled is such a kick to the face. Christ, I know the final boss should be the game's biggest source of difficulty, but this! However, when you're not pulling your hair out at the final boss, there are other modes to try out, and that is the multiplayer, local and online. Local multiplayer has both players in an arena and has them shooting down balloons. Player 1 looks at the gamepad for his or her perspective, while the other player looks at the TV. This does sound cool until you realize that it's really empty with only 2 people, and, like most Wii U games that try to do split screen this kind of style, the graphical quality is worse and the frame rate is cut in half. Really, local multiplayer just seems like an afterthought. Online is where the game really shines. You're on a stage with 7 other people, it being a 4-on-4 team game, and your goal is to cover as much of the area as paint as possible before the time runs out. This mode is ungodly addicting. You feel so encouraged to keep playing as you level up your character as much as possible. Winning matches get you currency for the shop so you can buy more weapons and accessories for your character. I gotta say, I love using the paint roller. Sneaking up on someone and then finding them with the roller is so satisfying. Boosh! And you are dead. Aside from the issues I mentioned with single player, I feel Splatoon is worth getting. The controls are good, single player is fun, online's amazing, and the graphics are great. It's just a fun time. If you have a Wii U, I'd recommend it. I wouldn't say it's worth buying a Wii U just to play it, hell, that's what Smash Bros. Is for. But on its own, it's a fun time. hell's going on here?
Don't try to ignore me.
Nintendo 64? You can talk?
All consoles can talk. Isn't that right, Saturn? You caused me to lose.
Well, okay, what do you want?
There's a game made for me that I want you to review.
Okay, well, let's see what I got. I got Star Fox, Shadows of the Empire, Ocarina of Time. Let's see what else there is. There's also Killer Instinct. We got Mario Kart, Mario 64.
Not those, you dumbass!
What did you call me? Ah! Whoa, take it easy, man. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't have any other games worth reviewing on you. Ah!